Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is a piece of juniper that I cut down at my property in northern Arizona. And these trees are actually kind of invasive. And what happened a couple decades ago is that we had some drought, and the fact that I have mixed pinyon and juniper forest on my property, the junipers crowd out and steal the water from the pinyon pines, and bark beetles killed a whole bunch of them all across northern Arizona. So I'm in the process of kind of thinning out the junipers. I enjoy those trees, but there are too many of them, and they kind of alter the ecosystem of the whole area. So this piece is from a tree that I cut out from under a pinyon right by the house, and it otherwise would have just sat there and rotted, and bugs would have ate it and all that kind of stuff. But I thought, you know what, let me just try to make something out of it. And it was really split up and kind of gnarly, and there was no way I could just make a bowl out of this thing. It would have exploded. It just wasn't together enough. So I saw that it had these three radiating cracks from the center, and I decided, you know what, let me just split it along those natural cracks, and I'll do an epoxy project. And I think it turned out pretty cool, and I think it's a good way to honor this 150-year-old plus tree that I had to take down. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, here we go. This has been sitting around for months. Had to pour an extra bit here at the top. We'll see how that looks. I may end up turning it away, but I didn't want to turn away the wood because it's kind of precious. Got a brand new fresh cutter on my woodpecker carbide. So let's make some chips. Oh, all right. Maybe a little too aggressive. Can you say chip out? I have no idea what shape I'm going to make out of this. So already some voids up here. I don't have a pressure pot, so I'm probably going to have a lot of bubbles to repair at some point. I'm going to turn a tendon down here and flip it around and figure out what kind of shape I want. Brand new cutter on this one as well. Oh, maybe I'll make a box. That sounds fun. A little too much resin here. I'm going to take this down so I can see the wood. This goes all the way down to the bottom. I have this huge swath of resin here. It's not balanced with the other side. That's a long way to go. Yeah, I think I need to do that. Yeah, I need to flatten off this top. Yeah, I forgot I have these little blocks here that I use to separate the 3 chunks of wood, so I need to turn those away anyway. So I'm going to come in here and flatten this across. Alright, that looks pretty cool. I think I'm going to turn a knob right here and kind of shape the top, and then I'll part it off, hollow this out somehow. But yeah, I think I'm going to make a knob here first, and then that maybe will help me decide what the rest of this is going to look like. I really like this knot. Might require a little repair, but hopefully I can keep that in there if I don't go too deep here. So I'm going to round this off and see what I can do here. Or maybe, yeah, this looks kind of cool. If I leave this, the top, bigger than the bottom, I can leave an overhang here. I think if I go too much deeper, I'm going to lose this knot. Yes, maybe I'll do that. Come down to here. Alright, that's a plan. Oh, looks like an acorn. I like that acorn idea. If I round this down a little bit more, so it kind of tapers to where the acorn would be. This would be the cap. With a little knob where the stem would be. I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, alright, let's do that. Yeah, it's almost like I planned that. Just about the right size for my medium-sized jaws. So I could turn a tenon for that, and then that will turn into the knob later. I'll sharpen this up, and then I can part this off. and then hollow them out. I think that's the plan. Maybe a little more shaping here. Looks like there's some cool stuff inside of there. I don't know if that's going to chip out. I got this thing. Yeah, let's do a little more shaping there. Turn this up to about 1,000 RPM, see if I can get a little better finish. I'm not a pro at this. I've only done 2 of these resin bowls, so I gotta work on getting a better finish. Look at that grain there. This juniper tree is about 150 years old, and you can see the super tight growth rings here. It's going to be super pretty when it gets finished in here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Woohoo! I should be able to clean up this rim here when I part this off and turn this separately. I suppose I should sand and finish this before I flip it. I'll clean up this a little bit more before I do that. There we go. Woohoo! Love it. So as you can see, I used some Forstner bits to remove the bulk of the material because both the wood and the epoxy are incredibly hard, and the hollowing is going to go long enough without having to do all that stuff in the middle. So that was a big help. I'm really liking using these Trent Bosch tools. I was searching for a hollowing system, and a lot of them were super duper expensive to get both a straight and a couple of gooseneck tools. And I found this at Trent Bosch, which I'm not sponsored, by the way. Um, and it's super affordable, and boy, is it doing a good job. So I would highly recommend these.
Beautiful. Ooh.
I've got a lot of footage out of this whole project. It took me like 3 or 4 days to finish this whole thing between the carving and the finishing and all that. So trying to just focused on the turning parts here in the second half. I really appreciate it if you made it this far. If you could give a like and a subscribe, that would be really helpful to my channel. I poured a lot of time and effort into this piece, and it's probably one of the best pieces I've ever made. So I thank you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.